Now, January, I went over a lot of your tweets and watched some of your interviews. So it seems to me that the biggest issues that you see this country is facing is one, the national debt, inflation, and securing our voting systems. How can this blockchain and Bitcoin technology actually be implemented to help with those issues?
Yeah, so I would definitely say inflation is a huge issue that's at the heart of not just the United States but the entire world right now because we're all feeling it together. And when we look at the capability of what like Web3 technology will bring to the United States and other world leaders, is that it gives us full and complete transparency. So some of my proposals have been tying this Web3 technology to government spending, so you can see where all the transactions are going and say, okay, where is the waste? How do we identify that? How do we eliminate it? What are these programs that are essentially taking money away from us that we haven't been able to do a proper audit on in forever? And how do we start to cut away at that? And with this solution, as you know, in one of my tweets, I highlighted that we lost over $600 billion, and all of that would be removed and eliminated through blockchain, and that's really what I'm pushing forward on is the ability to have decentralized identities and get some of these bureaucratic processes moving faster.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that this technology can really help in those issues. But one of the main issues, I noticed that the CPI inflation numbers came out. We're at 9.1, which is a 4-decade high. And these same people, Jerome Powell and the Fed has told us in the past inflation was transitory, and now we're seeing levels of inflation that's highest we've seen in 40 years. Do you see this, coming down anytime soon, or are we going to kind of be in for a rough patch?
I think that we all acknowledge that we're in for a rough patch here, and that's why we have to really lean in together, right? And work together and say, okay, what can we do to become really aggressive around how we manage our money as a nation and start to drive those pricings down. And this is a personal opinion here. This is decades of financial mismanagement, and it can be changed uh, as soon as next year, the year after, and then we can essentially cascade this message across the next couple of decades, where we reduce the inflation, we eliminate the national debt, and we just ease this economic suffering that we've been going through. Like, it's very unnecessary if we were doing things the smart way.
Do you think it's possible, the amount of debt the country has, do you think it's possible to eliminate this debt?
Yes, absolutely. We can 100% eliminate the national debt. I mean, I could see having like, a few million or whatever, because I understand that we have bonds and everything in that way, but there's no reason for us to have $31 trillion dollars.
Agree.
We can eliminate that over the next 2 to 3 decades. And as we look through my plans and my proposals, I mean, we've already shaved off, I think it's just by tweaking a few programs, tweaking a few pieces of legislation. It's already like 460 some odd billion just with those programs. So there's options here, and that's what we really need to be exploring. And so whether or not I get elected, I'm happy to work with these leaders and show them this technology and help bring it forward. But they have to stop making it a political issue.